Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Negosyo Tips video. And for today's video, we are going to talk about how to start a milk tea business. If you're new here in my channel, so hi, my name is Val, and in my channel, we talk about here mga negosyo tips or mga business tips. So I also share here in my channel some tips that are based on my experience. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing if you like those kind of content. If you're already my subscriber, welcome back to my channel, and let's start with our video for today. So guys, if you've been following me ever since I share with you one of my video on how I manage my snack bar or what are my daily routine. So part of my snack bar is I do have a milk tea product. So my business is not just my snack bar is not just focusing on just the milk tea. I have a different variety of foods and I have a different variety of drinks. But I will be sharing here the milk tea, and that is what I'll be sharing with you on how I created or on how I started my milk tea business. Let's start with my tip number 1. Tip number 1 is, first, all you need to do is to search for the ingredients of the milk tea. So you can search it in the YouTube. There's some YouTube videos on how to make milk tea that include their ingredients. So what are the main ingredients of the milk tea? So these are the tea, the milk, the fructose, the pearl, and also the flavoring. So those are the 5 main ingredients on how you can create your milk tea. But apparently I did try to follow the video on the YouTube, but it didn't give me the exact taste that I've been looking for. A friend of mine introduced to me her ingredients of milk tea. It's a franchise milk tea. Her milk tea parang hindi siya nag-bloom. So what I did is I changed the proportion. I mean, I'm using the same ingredients of her, but the quantity of a specific ingredients, I tried to change it so that I will be able to reach the exact taste that I've been really wanting for a certain milk tea. And that's what happened. Since I couldn't purchase ingredients from her supplier, I did try to find a different supplier for those ingredients with a very low cost, with a very low amount, or probably much affordable than her supplier. That's my number 1 tip, is to find for the ingredients. And when you find an ingredients, you also need to find a supplier which will offer you a lesser price. Yung food cost mo is lesser, less lang yung food cost mo, and yung profit mo is magiging mas malaki. Okay? You already have your product ready, and then you feel that the taste is really good. So the next thing that you need to do is you need to invite some tester. So what are those testers? So you should need to find a tester that are milk tea lovers. It could be your friends, it could be one of your family, it could be friend from Facebook who keep posting that they really like milk tea. They've been trying a different kind of milk tea. So you can offer them to be your tester so that they can rate your product, the product you made, if it will pass sa kanilang panlasa. And you also need to be open. You need to be open on what are their suggestions, what are their suggestions on how you can make your product improve. And since your product is already ready, let's jump into the tip number 2. So tip number 2 is the product cost or food cost. This is where you will be calculating on how much one product will cost you to produce it. That way, you will be able to know how much you will be selling a certain product. So there will be a specific tip also on how you can do your product costing, and I will be sharing it in the next videos, guys. Okay, so that's going to be a different video, so you need to really subscribe on my channel para makakuha ka ng mga updates sa aking mga tips. Alright, so you already have a product, and you already have a food cost, and you already have a price for your product. The tip number 3 that I'll be sharing with you is going to be finding a location. Now guys, finding a location is really very crucial, okay? Because especially if you are a first-time business owner, finding a location will really depend on your target market. Fourth tip that I'll be sharing, preparing your initial inventory and preparing for your revolving funds. So I'll be sharing with you guys about revolving funds and initial inventory to a different kind of video, because it's going to be long if I'll be doing it in one video. So tip number 5 is finding a service crew. So finding a service crew is going to be another tip, or will be another different video on how I will be sharing with you finding the right service crew or the right people to be part of your business. Tip number 6, prepare for enough funds to sustain your business. What do you mean by preparing enough funds to sustain my business? So the first 6 months of your business, you don't expect that you will be generating an income. Within the first 6 months of your business, for the first 6 months of your business, please don't expect that your business is going to be profitable, because most of the startup business, it will take them 1 year before their business becomes profitable. Especially if you are new to this business, or if you're new to this kind of industry, you need to prepare or set aside at least 6 months to 1 year of enough funds to sustain your fixed costs. So what are your fixed costs, guys? So the fixed costs are going to be for the rent, utilities, salary for your service crew. If happen you wanted to lessen your expenses, I strongly suggest you will be the one to hands-on what I mean hands-on for everything, meaning you'll be a service crew for your business. So don't start with a very big shop. I still suggesting start with a very small and find a way on how you can make it bigger and how you can make it better. Why do I need to tell you 6 months to 1 year? Because most of the time, from those time frame, you are promoting your business. Para kasing baby yung ating business. So from newborn up until natuto silang tumayo, up until natuto silang lumakad. So those are most of the time yun yung beginning ng business, parang yung baby. At para din yung anak ninyo, if you're already a mommy or if you're already a daddy, para din yung anak ninyo na parang ginagabayan nyo pa na tumayo at makapaglakad ng mag-isa. And then if they can't, and on their own shoe, that's the time that pwede ka nang mag-jump into a different kind of business, or jump into a different kind or different level of your business, guys. I do hope that you learned some things. So before I wrap up this video, let me just make a review on what we just talked today. So the tip number 1, first is search for the ingredients as well as search for a supplier. By the way, for searching a supplier, please don't stick to one supplier. Make sure that you have some backup suppliers. So might be 2 or 3 supplier will be the best option for you. Just in case that the first supplier that you have won't be available, at least you have the second and the third supplier that you can reach out for your ingredients. And then tip number 2 is for the product cost. Tip number 3, finding the location. Tip number 4 is to prepare for your initial inventory and revolving funds. And then tip number 5 is finding a service crew. And then tip number 6 is to prepare enough fund. Guys, those are my tips for you. And I'm sharing those tips that is based on my experience, guys. So, mag-1 year na yung aking negosyo. That's gonna be on the February 8th. So, I do hope na on February 8, magkaroon na siya ng another level of business. I mean, kung parang mag-grow na siya, no? So please don't forget to hit the like if you think that you learned something from my video. And if you like my content or if you like my other videos, please consider subscribing. I would love it. I will be sharing with you guys some of my social media. I'll be putting it here. And thank you so much for watching on my video. Please don't forget to share this to your share this to some of your friends and your family that really needed this type of tips. So I will see you on my next video, guys. Bye bye.
Hello.